You're watching NFL Daily. Coming up here on today's show, I'm going to go through every single game on the Week 1 schedule of NFL games coming up here, and I can't freaking wait. We're going to start at Thursday Night Football. We're going to go through all the Sunday games. I'm going to wrap this bad boy up with Monday Night Football. Not only that, I'm going to tell you who's going to win each game. I'm going to tell you my best bets that you guys need to go ahead and make. And if anybody out there wants to make a bet, there is one place to do it and one place only. That's at chatsports.com/bet. Make sure you guys use the promo code NFL Daily to to get 125% deposit bonus. So we got the first game, Thursday Night Football. The Dallas Cowboys on the road up against the defending Super Bowl champs, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The over-under in this one is 52 total points. The BUCS are 9-point favorites. So I got the BUCS winning this game. And yes, it's going to be a close one. So I do think that the Cowboys end up covering. And in terms of the over-under, I'm also going to take the over in this bad boy. Let's go to the first Sunday game here, 1 o'clock. We're going to go through all the 1 o'clock games. The Seattle Seahawks on the road up against the Indianapolis Colts. Carson Wentz is going to be playing. However, that guy Russell Wilson, he's also going to be playing. Seattle is a 2.5-point favorite. The over-under in this one is 49.5. So not only do I have the Seahawks winning, I also have them covering. In fact, I think that they could win by maybe a touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns. Seattle usually comes out blazing hot, especially Russell Wilson. Let's go to the next game here. The Jacksonville Jaguars on the road against the Houston Texans. If you want to know what game could be the team that decides who gets the number 1 overall pick in the 22 NFL draft, the loser of this game could actually be it. Trevor Lawrence up against Tyrod Taylor. The Jags, 3-point favorites in this one. Houston, their total over-under is 44 points. I mean, only 44 points. I'm just going to say, it's not going to be very pretty. So I have the Jags winning and covering in this one. I just can't put my money anywhere near anything going on in Houston. So if you guys haven't already, please go ahead and give Chat Sports a follow on Twitter. If you're wondering why should you go ahead and do that, Twitter is actually an awesome tool to be able to stay up to date on everything. Now, we predicate ourselves here on YouTube to be able to keep you guys up to date, but we also put a lot of content out on Twitter as well. So if you haven't already, go ahead, give us a follow on Twitter at Chat Sports. Next game coming up here is the Battle of the Birds. The Philadelphia Eagles on the road up against the Atlanta Falcons. The total over-under in this game, 48 points. Atlanta is a 3-point favorite. So Jalen Hurts on the road up against Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley. No more Julio Jones there. I can't wait to see what the rookie tight end does in Atlanta. I mean, that's going to be a matchup that I am definitely going to be watching. Kyle Pitts, that guy's legit. So in terms of the Falcons, I have them winning and outright covering this game. Though, this was probably one of the hardest games to be able to wrap my mind around. If Atlanta scores first, I am going to be very confident in this bet. If the Eagles score first and Hurts can run, that's where I get a little bit more nervous. Let's go to the next game coming up here, and it's the only pick'em of the week. And again, all of these bets, all of these odds can be done at chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code NFL Daily. So the Chargers, this one's a pick'em. The over-under is 44.5 points. So who's going to win? Chargers up against the Washington football team. You might see WTF. No, I got Washington football team winning this one, and I am going to bet the under. The reason why I'm betting the under is simply because I like the Chargers defense, but I really like Washington's. In fact, if you guys want a dark horse best defense in the NFL this year, I think it could be Washington, so I'm going to bet the under and that Washington wins. Let's go to one of the biggest and best games of the year. When you look back at the end of the season, you're going to be like, okay, here's the wild card race. Here's some of the AFC playoff teams. You're going to go back and you're going to look at Week 1. Pittsburgh Steelers on the road up against the Buffalo Bills at Orchard Park. The over-under in this one is 48 total points. The Bills, 6.5-point favorites. I am going to take the Steelers to cover, but I have Josh Allen winning this one. I am also actually going to go ahead and bet the over simply because both of these offenses are really, really fun to watch. So what I wanted to be able to do on today's show is give you guys my best picks, right? Because usually during these shows, people are like, all right, Mitch, well, if you're telling us to go to chatsports.com/bet, and if you're telling us to use that promo code NFL Daily, well, let me know where you're putting your money. So what you guys see on screen is this. Now, don't tell my girlfriend about this, but you know how you got your main chick? Well, here's my main pick. The pick that I am the most confident in is the Seahawks winning by at least 2.5 points on the road up against the Indianapolis Colts. Now, my side picks are my picks where, you got your side chick. It's not quite as reliable as your main pick, but I'm still confident that it's going to happen. New England versus Miami. I'm betting the under 43.5 there. The other one, Buffalo against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm betting the over in that one. Another one, the Rams up against the Chicago Bears, betting the under 46.5. And then the Raiders covering up against the Baltimore Ravens at plus 4.5. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and take advantage of all my Week 1 picks, you can go ahead and do so. Or you can go ahead and make your own picks. You can do parlays. You can do literally anything you want at BetUS. And how do you do it? You got to go to chatsports.com/bet. Remember to use the promo code NFL Daily. That's the show name. That way they know who the hell sent you. And that's going to get you 125% deposit bonus. So if you want to be a big baller and deposit up to $500, you can get $625 for free. Think about that. $625 for free to bet with. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, let's going to keep this thing rolling here. The San Francisco 49ers, they are on the road up against the Detroit Lions. What's going to happen with Jimmy Garoppolo? That running attack, that defense is legit. And it's going to be Jared Goff's first game in Detroit. Sorry, Jared, it's not going to be a very pleasant experience. You're going to lose to the 49ers, but this is going to be one of those games that you see on television where you're like, all right, the Lions are losing by 2 touchdowns the entire game. Jared Goff's going to lead a late touchdown drive. They're going to go for 2, and they're going to end up covering it. They're going to lose by like 8 points or something like that, right? Or they're going to lose by 6 points. So I have the 49ers winning, but I do have the 49ers also covering. So what about Week 1 here? We got the Minnesota Vikings on the road up against the Cincinnati Bengals. This one's going to make Tom very happy, especially if you guys like Skyline Chili. I don't know why the hell you would like that. However, the Minnesota Vikings -3 in this one. The over-under in this one is 47.5 points. I'm confident in Joe Burrow, and if I saw what I saw from the Vikings in the preseason, I get it. Kirk Cousins wasn't playing a lot, but that offensive line did not look very good, and that offense looked bad. So give me the Bengals to win and to cover. All right, we got still going through these 1 o'clock games. The New York Jets up against the Carolina Panthers. Usually, I'd be like, who the hell cares about this one? But is this a Sam Darnold revenge game right off the bat? I see what you guys are doing over there at the NFL. So this one, again, Carolina 5.5-point favorite up against Zach Wilson, over under 45. I have the Panthers winning this one and also covering. In fact, when I did my prediction, I had Carolina winning this one by a touchdown. I liked what I saw out of Zach Wilson in the preseason, but Carolina just has a lot more talent, and the loss of Carl Lawson, yeah, that one hurts a lot for New York. This might be one of the best games of the entire week. Kyler Murray up against Ryan Tannehill. Total 52 points. Now, the Titans, they're 3-point favorites. So this is going to be a game that I'm going to be glued into. A lot of fantasy implications. You got brand new Julio Jones. You got J.J. Watt, Derrick Henry. I mean, the star value in this one alone is enough to get your popcorn out, get it ready to rock and roll. Now, if you're wondering who I got in this one, I have the Titans winning this game, and I actually also have the Titans covering as well. Yes, I am very confident in the Cardinals to be a potential playoff team, but I still have the Titans winning this one and covering. Now, if you guys love what you're seeing here on today's show, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Don't miss any of the videos that we have here at Chat Sports, and for a limited time, for the next 365 days, we're going to be giving you guys free videos. So take advantage of that deal before it's gone. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. Maybe the game of the week. The Cleveland Browns on the road up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Total in this one, 55 points. The favorite, Kansas City, by 6.5. The reason why this might be one of the best games is because from top to bottom, I think the Browns might have the most complete roster. But then you got Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. I don't really need to be able to sell you that one. And now, even though I really wanted to say that the Browns are going to win, couldn't do it. I just can't bet against Patty Mahomes, who was literally never lost in September, 9-0 in his career. So the Chiefs win, but the Browns do a backdoor cover. Backdoor Browns. Come on, that writes itself. Let's go to this division rivalry game. The Miami Dolphins on the road. Tua Tagovailoa and Mac Jones' first start in New England. The over-under in this one is 43.5 points. I'm betting the under simply because I think both defenses are going to show up, especially, and actually, these games are usually a little bit lower scoring. Patriots are -3 favorites, so I have Mac Jones winning his debut. I just don't have a lot of confidence in Tua. I mean, maybe Miami isn't either, right? I mean, they didn't even name him a captain. Think about that. Your captain, or a quarterback that you drafted in the top 5, not even naming him a captain. Not great. I also have New England covering in this one. What about the Denver Broncos on the road against the New York Giants? So producer Marshall is a Giants fan. So he's probably going to get really upset when I have the Broncos winning and covering in this one. I mean, I like Teddy Bridgewater, thought he played well, but it's not because of Bridgewater, it's because of that Broncos defense. I mean, it's legit. From top to bottom, they did a lot of good things this offseason. And New York, if Saquon was playing in this one, it might change my mind. But he's not. So, I just can't go with it. Give me the Broncos. What about the Green Bay Packers? So much drama this offseason around the MVP, Aaron Rodgers, right? And also the Saints. This Saints game is at home, but remember, this one is going to be played at Jacksonville. The over-under in this one is 50 points. The Packers, 4.5-point favorites. Give me Green Bay. I don't have a lot of confidence in Jameis Winston, so the Packers win on the road and cover. It's time now to get into Sunday Night Football. The Chicago Bears on the road in Los Angeles up against the Los Angeles Rams. Sounds weird. Total in this one, over under 46.5 points. The Rams, 7.5-point favorites. That's a lot. Maybe they should go ahead and play Justin Fields. Maybe they don't want to throw him to the Wolves. I get it. Either way, though, give me the Rams to win, but I do have the Bears covering. I think Chicago is going to be a good team, and I just don't see them losing many games by more than a touchdown. So the Rams might be in control, but Chicago's going to end up covering it. The last game of Week 1, usually Week 1 has 2 Monday Night Football games, but this one is all you need. The Baltimore Ravens on the road up against the Las Vegas Raiders. Baltimore, 4.5-point favorites. The total over-under this one is 50.5. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, Mitch, you're just a Raider fan. Well, you know what? No, I honestly believe that the Raiders win this game and cover. The Raiders are the last 2 home openers underneath John Gruden. Guess what? 2-0. But also, Baltimore has a ton of injuries on the offensive side of the football. The Raiders last season definitely struggled at home, but this is going to be their first game in front of an electric crowd at Allegiant Stadium. I'm also going to be there, so if you want to hit me up, at Mitchell Renz 365. So we just went through every single game for Week 1, man. I'm excited for actual football. I love the preseason. I love practice, but there's nothing like an actual NFL game. So after going through every single one of those bad boys, let me know down in the comments section which NFL game you're looking forward to the most. Now, here are my top 5 games for Week 1. At number 1, it's the Chiefs up against the Browns. I think this is a major playoff implication type of game, and you're also going to be able to see how legit the Browns actually are. The Tennessee Titans up against the Arizona Cardinals. Again, another game that's going to have a lot of playoff implications for both the AFC and the NFC. The Buffalo Bills going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. How legit is Josh Allen? The Las Vegas Raiders up against the Baltimore Ravens. Monday Night Football. I also just want to see the Raiders play in Allegiant Stadium. And then last but not least, Houston to Jacksonville. What? I kind of said it earlier. I really think this could be the game that determines who's going to have the number 1 overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft.